You keep bringing up the accountability chart. What are some of the things that they are monitoring or looking at on the accountability chart? Is that something they look at weekly, monthly, quarterly? What does that look like?
I'll probably talk about the accountability chart because it's one of my favorite tools. I also think it's one of the most powerful tools. It really
Sure.
there's a alignment within the company.
Right.
The accountability chart is an evolving document.
Okay.
And when we first create the accountability chart, there are some assumptions that we make about great entrepreneurial companies. And the first is that there's really three functions within any business. You have a sales and marketing function, you have an operations function that's building the product, providing the service, maybe both. And you have a finance function, which is tracking money in and out of the organization. And then that makes up your leadership team. And then there's a seat that sits atop that that leadership team called the integrator. And that integrator harmoniously integrates that entire leadership team as they're working towards that vision. They're the heartbeat of the organization. They hold people accountable. And so when we look at the accountability chart, it brings all of that structure and clarity. And we customize it, of course, to the business itself, but it brings that structure and clarity. And we're looking at, what does this business need to succeed? What kind of structure does this business need to succeed if we're looking 6 to 12 months in the future? And so you really take all of the people out of it. We kind of jokingly say we're going to fire everybody in the room to build this accountability chart and the structure so that you can take your ego out of it and really make the right choices for the organization. We put people back in later, but it really takes all of that out of it so that you are looking at how we're going to move this business forward.